Hi everyone, Jen here for Memory Keeping with Jen. I hope everybody is doing well. I'm coming to you today to do the Creative Memories Virtual Crop January 2025 sketch number 3. So I am filming this during Virtual Crop Weekend. Today is January 11th, Saturday. I will apologize up front. I am a little bit congested. The winter cold has made its way to my house. My younger son has had a fever 7 days now. Today's, he's still sleeping right now, but if he wakes up today will be day 8. We've done COVID test is negative. He's been to the doctor twice. Flu was negative. Mono was negative. They thought at first maybe it was sinusitis, but the fever has just not gone away. So they have resulted to say it's just some strange virus. So I'm hoping when he wakes up today that all is good. So the virtual crop started last night, Friday night. The Creative Memories virtual crop runs the second weekend of every month. It starts on Friday, and there was, Noreen did join for, I think it was a little over 30 minutes for a live session ahead of time before the crop sketches were released. So if you missed that, she did show some new products that are coming. And if you've never joined a virtual crop, there is a Facebook page the second weekend of every month. They release 4 sketches. And then as you complete the sketches over the weekend, if you choose to upload them to the Facebook page and tag the photo, the layout, with or without photos, then you could be entered to win a prize. So when I'm done with this one, I am going to upload it. And I debated whether or not I was going to do a video for this, but I decided I'm going to because I'm just so excited about this sketch. So again, today is Saturday. It started last night, but typically on Fridays, we kind of do dinner out, family night. The tradition is I don't cook on Fridays. It's been a long week, work-wise and whatnot, and very rarely do I cook on Fridays. So that's typically our night to go out. So I knew that I wasn't going to be able to work on any sketches last night, any layouts last night, but I did watch Noreen in the live before we left, and when I saw the sketch, I was so excited because I knew exactly the photos that I had coming up, and I think this is going to be perfect for the photos that I had. So again, I'm going to be working on sketch number 3. So it is a 2-page layout. If you've never seen this, so you can print this from the Creative Memories blog, and I will put that link in the comments below so you can go on and print this, and it does have the dimensions and whatnot, and it has all 4 sketches. So sketches 1 and 2 are single page layouts. Sketches 3 and 4 are 2-page layouts. So again, I'm going to do sketch number 3. I am using Serene Waters designer paper today. So sometimes I use Creative Memories, sometimes I use something else, but for this one, I am using beach photos. So I thought these were going to be perfect. So so sketch number 3 calls for 3 different paper types. So you're going to have the background, and then you're going to have the borders, the 2 borders, and then you're going to have the actual whatever border punch that you want to use. If it's a border punch, you could use an embellishment. I am going to use the Sandcastles punch because it is going to be, again, it's a beach theme. So I think I have everything that I need. So I have this from Serene Waters. I'm going to use as my sandcastle. This I'm going to use as the top and bottom border. And then I have this like waterish color, 2 pages as my background. And the one thing I have from that's not Creative Memories is this cardstock. And this is probably really, really old. This is, I'm going to say it's at least 15 years old. So when I first started scrapbooking 22 years ago, 23 years ago now, I've said this before, I used to shop at EC More all the time, and my mom and my grandparents, Christmas, birthdays, they would be, at Walmart or Target or trying to think, I think even Kmart was open back then. If they would see something, paper packs or something on sale, and I'm pretty sure I have like 3 packs of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, which I never would have purchased because I don't use 8.5 by 11 cardstock. I think it was something that I got, my mom probably got on clearance or something. So I thought these colors went well. So I'm going to use these as my photo mats. And again, I'm really sorry for the coughing and the sniffling, and cold is going around. Plus I have asthma, so, and I think all the talking just kind of aggravates it a little bit. So I apologize in advance. But I didn't want to wait. So typically I release videos on Sunday and Thursday. And if I can finish this one today and get it released, I'm going to do it today because I want people to be able to see. If you're actually working on these, on the virtual crop sketches this weekend, I want you to be able to see it. Okay, so I'm going to start with my sandcastle punch, and I know I need 4. And this is a paper that has a pattern on it, so I want to make sure I cut it the correct way. So when I cut, I want the sandcastles to go that way, I think. Yeah, I want them to go that way. The one thing I did not grab before I came over here was my multi-purpose tool. I don't think I'll need it, but if I do, I'll have to go grab it. I don't know that I've done a layout with the border makers before. So I actually brought over my old cutting mat to cut on instead of cutting on this. So I have to tell you, I've had this border maker cartridge system since it first released. I don't even know how many years ago. And it was just recently watching somebody else's video that I realized it has this little thing on the bottom to line up your paper. All along, I've just been like lining it up and trying to figure out why it's not working. And so it doesn't matter how long you've been scrapbooking for, there's always something that you can learn. And I am always more than happy to learn from other people. This is super cute. So I know I have to trim it. I'm not going to trim every single time, meaning I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to cut on this end. And then I'll get my trimmer out and trim both of those, and then I'll cut 2 more. Make sense? I'll clear off my cutting mat because I don't want all those remnants to get all over. I do have a trash next to me. See, I already got a little piece. So I think I'm going to cut this. I have to line it up and see where I want to cut it. So what I'm doing is I'm lining up where my cut mark is as to where, how much I want below the sandcastle, right? And then I'm gonna see, all right, the top flag is just about at 1 inch. That way I know every time that I'm gonna go to the 1 inch mark with the flag, and that's where I'm gonna cut. So that they're all the same size. So I was so excited about this one. I usually think about my layouts in advance, but I was so excited about this one. I haven't even given a second thought to any of the other sketches yet, or even as to what photos I have coming up next. I'm just not sure. I'm just too excited about this one. I actually had a totally different idea that I was going to do for this page this weekend, and I figured that if the sketches didn't align with my photos, that I was still going to do them and then just set them aside until I had photos that would work. So, and I might still, I have to look and see. I don't know that any of the other photos I have coming up are going to be conducive to one-page layouts, but maybe. I don't really remember. It's been a week since I've looked at them, so I'm starting now from the top because this one just kind of ripped a little bit. There is another trick that I learned recently that you could do every other and then go back, and it kind of keeps it from getting stuck. But I just started at the top this time. So if you've never used this, this is very, it's interchangeable. So you buy the cartridges and it goes in here. You line it up. There are grooves on here. So as you're cutting, they get lined up with the grooves, and that's how it knows where to cut. So you kind of like go along, it lines up, and this is kind of your housing, your guide to keep it going and pushing down on it. I have probably no less than 30 different cartridges. I have so many, I don't even remember which ones I have. I have some Christmas ones. I think I've said before, in my organization system, I have a couple drawers that are dedicated just to Christmas stuff, and I know I have at least 2 punches in there just for Christmas. I have Halloween, and then I have all the other ones like this one, and there's so many. I really like it, but I forget, and some of them I feel like kind of look the same, and it's almost when you have too many choices and you can't make a decision, right? I find we do that when we're going out to dinner. There's just too many choices. And it's a little bit sometimes harder to make a decision if you have too many choices. But with this one, I knew right away. It was 2 choices for these photos. Even when I was thinking about them before the sketch came out, I knew I either wanted to use the Sandcastles punch or the wave punch. And they're beach photos, but they're beach photos from a lake. We're not at the ocean. We're at a very small lake. So it's not like, there's no waves crashing or anything like that. Okay, I am done with this part. Actually, I'm going to need this again. I think, yeah, this. Okay, so now I'm going to do the diagonal border and the bottom borders. I'm going to start with the bottom borders first. So I need 2 12-inch by 1 3/4 inch. And again, it's patterned, so I have to decide which way I want it to go. I could have it go this way, whereas the colors go across, or I could turn it this way and have the colors go up. I want the colors to go across. So for the colors to go across, I have to cut it this way so that the colors are going the right way. And 1 3/4. So I want them to also line up. So the one that I just cut, the orange is on the top. So if I were to cut it, continue cutting on the same cut line, the orange is not going to be on the top. So I'm going to flip it around so that my pattern is lined up. Okay, and then the next one, 12 by 4 cut from corner, 12 by 2. Okay, so I guess I need a 12 by 4 and then a 12 by 2. And again, after I cut this one, I will flip it so that my patterns line up along the top. 12 by 2. And then this is going to be my extra piece, so I'm going to set that aside. And then the 12 by 2, I have that one out. I'm going to do 12-inch cut from corner to corner. So I want this side to be the corner. Okay, so I want to look at it and say, okay, where do I want the long corner? This is going to be my long corner, so I'm going to put that on this side. And I'm literally just lining up corner to corner on the dots on my cutting line. And it looks kind of small, and that's going to end up going right there. And then the same with this one. The blue is on the top, so this is going to go 12 to the 2-inch mark. Excuse me, 4 to the 2-inch mark. So I'm going to mark 2 inches on here so I know where I'm cutting to. So if you're measuring on here, you're going to start measuring from the dotted line. Your cut line is where you're going to start from. So from the cut line to the 1, that's 1 inch. So my 2-inch is going to be over here. It's about right there. And I'm going to verify that. Well, right there, 4 to 2. I could have measured backwards too. I could have done 4 to the 2. So this one doesn't fit quite as, oh, there it is. If anybody has a better way to cut than this, when you're cutting diagonal, let me know. But this is the way I've done it a couple times now, and I haven't had any issues. And I'm definitely going to keep these remnants because I might use them on a different page. I could definitely use these for something else. So that's going to go there. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to put my sandcastles there. This one sandcastle I am going to have to trim, which is no big deal. It's fine. I'm just going to, after I put it down, I will end up just trimming the tops right off. And then on the bottom, this is going to go here. And I think, so I'm thinking because it's going to get covered up, I'm debating if I want to put the orange on the bottom or the top. And I think I'm going to put the orange on the top. And then it'll kind of cover with the sandcastle a little bit. So I'll put the sandcastle right over it. Yeah, I'm going to do it like that. And then it calls for 5 photos. I have 6, but I think I'm going to just use 5. I'm going to lay them out now to see how I'm going to use them. I know I have some that are better than others, so I'm going to kind of put them out first. And they do need to be trimmed. I already know that, so like this, I think I need to move my sandcastle down just a little bit, which that's okay. And I'm okay if it even overlaps just a little bit. I think I'm gonna use this one. This one's kind of blurry. I think this one will be better to cut. And I literally just threw that photo in the trash because I'm not gonna use it. It's a little bit blurry, so sometimes I keep them, sometimes I don't. So I'm gonna cut my photo mats first. I need 4 6x4 and 1 4x4. And I think I can get enough out of this paper, but if I can't, I have more. So, because this is 8.5 by 11. I don't know that I'm going to get that many out of it. I might not. I'm going to start with this way. There's one. Sorry, my brain is just a little bit foggy today from cold medicine. And so if you're like, that's simple math, why are you struggling with that? Sorry. It's one of those moments, you know. Again, I'm making 4 6x4 mats, and then I need 1 4x4. And then I'm going to trim my photos. I might put a title on. I most likely will put a title on. I have a few sticker titles that I think I might just end up using. Before I trim my photos, oh, I dropped it, I'm sorry. Before I trim my photos, I'm going to go ahead and adhere everything down just so that it doesn't get moved. So I have my mini tape runner, which I think I'll use for the sandcastles, and then I have my regular tape runner. My regular tape runner looks like it might almost be done. I can kind of start to see the red, and it just doesn't look like very full right there. So hopefully I can get through this page, these pages. And I'm curious, if you watch this, let me know if you did this layout or not. If you're doing the sketch challenge, I do follow obviously the Facebook group that has it all listed, and I like to go in and see what some of the color choices that people use are. I just find it to be very helpful. Like in this particular one, I was like, do I want to have a solid on the bottom and then the pattern for the borders, or vice versa? Do I want to have the pattern on the bottom and then the solid for the borders? So I went to the Facebook page and I wanted to see what other people were doing. And it was a mix of both. There were a lot of really great ones that I really liked. But when I went through the papers that I had, I found this was going to be the best for me. And it's all about what's best for you, right? Scrapbooking is personal, it's customized, it's what you want to do. You can't be what somebody else tells you or somebody else wants you to do. It's such an individual thing. I mean, obviously with the layouts and photos and, you know, sketches, but only you can make your page the way you want it. And I'm just trying to line it up here. My hands are a little bit shaky today. Probably from the cold medicine. So I do plan to do at least one of the other sketches. Probably, I hope to do them all. I really would like to do them all. I'm not going to video all of them. I'm just videoing this one just because I was so excited about this one. But I will post the other ones once they're done on my Facebook page, so you can see my color choices and how I prepared it. And if you don't yet follow me on Facebook, it's Memory Keeping with Jen, 2 N's, same as this channel. And my Creative Memories page. My user on Creative Memories is Jenn Roy, Jennroi. I'm on Pinterest too. I don't put a lot on Pinterest. I kind of go in spurts. I feel like there's just so much information on Pinterest. I like it. I can't even tell you how many boards I have. Some are public, some are private. It's almost kind of like, I don't want to say it's a vision board, but I have a lot of ideas in Pinterest. But Pinterest, I never know if I actually reach anybody or not when I post stuff. I don't have a business account on Pinterest, so I don't really know. But I don't know, do you go to Pinterest? Where do you get your layouts from? Comment below. I'm curious to know. Do you go to the Creative Memories blog? Do you use magazines? I can't even tell you, stacks of magazines. The old Memory Keepers magazine, does anybody remember that? Or the Creating Keepsakes. You know, I'd get magazines in the mail all the time. I do miss those. And I still have most of them. Some of them I did kind of start going and taking some of the layouts out and putting them in a binder. I'm a big binder person. But I don't go to them that often. All right, so I have to get my scissors. I'm gonna trim that off. I got my multi-purpose tool while I was at it. I don't think I need it, but just in case. Did not prepare well before starting this page today. Okay, and now I'm going to do my photos. I have my photo mats. Actually, let me lay my photo mats out first here. I kind of have an idea where they're going to go. Yeah, so this one's going to overlap just a little bit, and I think it's because, oh, there we go, I'll do it that way. I'll overlap the top part instead of the bottom. I don't really want to cover up the sandcastle flags. I'll slide that up a little, and that up. Okay. So most of the photos are going to be 3.5 by 5.5 to fit on these mats. And you know what? I'm actually going to adhere. I'm just going to go ahead and adhere the mats down, so they don't move. And then I'll put my photos on, because I know exactly where I want them now that they're kind of lined up. So. I can feel it. My tape runner is running out. I can see it. There comes the red. Ah! There it goes. I try to have usually at least 2 extra tape runners on hand. Almost every time I place an order, I order tape runner. I prefer to have 4 on hand, but now I have 1 left. I have an order coming in this week. I ordered some of the new stuff. I cannot wait. The new, is it the Noteworthy collection? I think it's the Noteworthy collection with the new circle punches. And again, I'm drawing a blank. I'm sorry. I'm drawing a blank is the name of it. It's coming in on Thursday anyway. And I don't remember if I ordered tape runner or not. I have a beginner class coming up in January, end of January. If you're local to Connecticut and interested in learning how to scrapbook, please message me. You can always send me an email. My email is Jennroy, JENNROY 0411 @gmail.com. Visit my Facebook page. The event is listed there. Anyway, I have an event coming up that I have to order the supplies for, so I will end up ordering tape runner then, if I didn't already order some, because I just don't remember. All right, 3.5 by 5.5. And I'm gonna put my mat down just because it's easier for the scraps to pick up the scraps when they're there. I'm not trimming a lot off the side, but I'm going to try to trim some of these people. I don't know who they are. And here we go. I need to mark my photos to where I'm going to cut it, because my trimmer, that's the next thing I need to order too, is the new paper trimmer. I've had a lot of you tell me how great it is and just order it. So you know, I just cut it too small. I need 5.5. That's okay. How great it is. I just need to order it. So I plan to order it my next purchase. Which, if there's ever anything that you need, please, again, feel free to reach out. I don't charge shipping if you order directly from me. Obviously, if you go on the website and order, you will have to pay the shipping there. But I don't charge shipping. Even if I ship it to you from my house, I don't charge shipping. It's just one of the perks I offer to my customers. If I'm not able to deliver it in person, then I ship it to you for free. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and adhere these down. Let's slide over and do the other one. Again, I know this one's a little off, but that's okay. I'm going to leave it as is with a little extra matte. It happens. Maybe I'll cut the other one to a line. Let's see. Let's see what the photo looks like. Let me do this one first. This one has to be 3.5 by 3.5. Start this way. I prefer to cut the other people out, but that's good. Let's see. If I remember correctly, this water was freezing. So we are in, if you're from New England, you may have heard of a little place in New Hampshire called Spofford Lake. And this is where these photos were taken. My former in-laws used to live at Spofford Lake. And we would go up very often. We live in Connecticut, but it was not that far at all, a couple hours away from us. So we would go and visit often, and the lake was always way too cold for me. But my kids would go in there with their dad. Actually, I don't even think my younger son ever went in. He was kind of a baby. I already know when these pictures were taken, he was still a baby, so. He actually may have been home with Grammy and Papa taking a nap. And the three of us went to the beach. Because he's not in any of these pictures. So I did end up trimming this down to match the other one that I messed up on. Okay, and that's it. Super easy layout, and I'm very happy with it. Again, this was sketch number 3. It's hashtag CM Virtual Crop 3 January 2025. I'm going to find a title to put in here. I might put my title across here. I don't know that I'm going to do any embellishments. It shows some embellishments on here. It actually shows some journaling on here, which I was not planning on doing. I guess if I want to, I could move the photo up a little bit and do a little bit of journaling. I actually have some room over here. I think if anything, I might do some journaling over here. But I'm going to go ahead and work on that, and then I will come back and show you the finished product. Okay, so I'm back. I just wanted to share the final thing. I only added a couple things. I did a title here. It says A Day at Spofford Lake. I used some white puffy letters. They're a little bit sparkly. You probably can't see on here, but they are a little bit sparkly. I did some journaling, and then on this side I added just a couple of little stickers that I had, sandcastles with sand, to cover up the other people that were in the pictures. So that's it. I'm going to post this on the Creative Memories Virtual crop page, I'm going to post this on my page. And then also, once I finish the other 3 sketches between today and tomorrow, I will also post those. I hope you get to complete these sketches as well. I'd love to see what you do. Feel free to make a comment below, and head on over to my Facebook page if you want to drop your sketch in there. I could see what you did, or leave a comment. Happy scrapping and a happy virtual crop weekend. Take care.